What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and man, buckle your seatbelts and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as this morning, the accusations are flying. And yes, this is your stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, take a look. We're seeing articles coming out like this today. The CBO confirms that Biden lied, outright accusing the president of lying regarding the stimulus reconciliation bill. And yes, the CBO scores are the ones that we are awaiting to see just how much this bill is actually going to cost. 1.75 trillion. And now we've been hearing from President Joe Biden that this is fully paid for, not going to add to the debt, not going to add to inflation. It's all going to be good, and it's going to help out the American people. Now, this is very concerning because, as you know, Senator Joe Manchin in the Senate, and we need his vote to pass this through, had said, I'm concerned about debt and inflation regardless of what the president has to say. I think that this is going to be worsening things. Now, the CBO, they released their initial scores, which looked pretty good, but now we're hearing it might not be so good. As a matter of fact, it might be significantly more expensive than we had thought. And this is very concerning for the stimulus package. And we had heard from Biden that there was also going to be a second stimulus package in 2022. And now this might be hitting the brakes on things. Now, we will see. I'll keep you up to date, but take a look. We've got some video footage that's going to be breaking down the numbers here that has just come out. And also articles coming out like this today. Democrats are downplaying the price of their massive spending bill. Watchdogs say. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is President Joe Biden misinformed? Is he lying? Or are these CBO numbers not correct? Well, take a look at this article, you guys. White House warns that the CBO won't say $1.75 trillion Build Back Better is paid for. They're already preparing Congress for the fact that they already know that it's not going to come in saying it's paid for. But they tell Democrats to disregard it. Don't listen to the CBO. It's not going to be accurate. Wow. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Do they know something the CBO doesn't? Are they trying to cover something up? Is this misinformation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but we're going to dive into these articles and the video footage covering the expenses, and this is going to be determining the fate of the stimulus package, as we're going to get this information about how this is going to be impacting our economy, and then from there, Congress is going to be determining whether or not they will support this bill to go forward. Now, this is definitely being stuck in between a rock and a hard place for President Joe Biden and the American people. Take a look at this, you guys. Right now, cases are on the incline as we enter into flu season, and right now we're going into the holidays. And take a look. 87,000 new cases per day is the 7-day moving average on the increase. So we're going to be seeing where we go from here, as we're still battling this and things are worsening with the pandemic. So you guys, we're going to dive right in, get you caught up on the latest, because we're hearing that this is going to be adding to inflation, but we still might need more provisions. So let's dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. But before we do, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. Almost 600 subscribers to the channel. Really excited about launching that as we get closer to the end of the year. If you're interested in growing wealth or learning more about personal finance, consider joining. I will pin a comment with a link. All you got to do is click it. Takes you right to the channel. Hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and we will start launching content about personal finance. Really excited about that, you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. But let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest on economic news as of today, November 17th, 2021. So first, do me a quick favor, smash the like button, helps out with the algorithm. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to stay up to date. Come join the Ram fam, the viewing community. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. And again, let me know your thoughts on all of this, on the accusations, on the CBO scores, and let's start off by taking a look at some video footage.
And Wharton budget model says the math doesn't add up, and in fact comes up about $300 billion short.
There's a reason why they want to run the bill through without having a Congressional Budget Office tell you how much it costs. There are gimmicks behind this.
One of those so-called budgetary gimmicks is sunsetting programs, having them expire after a few years to keep the price down. Wharton says the real cost, if programs are made permanent, is over $4 trillion. Now, the Joint Committee on Taxation did release their estimate. They say the bill over 10 years is paid for. But for the first 5 years, the new tax hikes that some impact those in the middle class and small businesses do not cover the new government spending over that time, which means Biden would have to borrow billions to build back better.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Kind of sounds like it is paid for, but it isn't. Sounds like in its current state, it might be. They're saying long-term over 10 years, but they're saying if they extend out the programs, they're calling it sunsetting programs where they're just temporary, but people want to pick them up and continue them on, like the child tax credit, that then it's going to get significantly more expensive and could be impacting the economy. Now, let me know your thoughts. So it kind of sounds like it half is, half isn't, depending on where we go after we pass the bill. But take a look, you guys. Link in the description below to this article that came out that says the White House is reportedly urging House Democrats to ignore the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office if, as expected, it finds that the $1.75 trillion social spending bill will not be fully paid for. The Biden administration has begun bracing lawmakers for a disappointing estimate from the Budget Office and encouraged them to disregard that assessment, the New York Times reported on Monday. House Democrats are waiting for the CBO to release its assessment or score of the spending bill, also known as the Build Back Better Act, which will determine whether money generated by increased taxes and other measures will cover the legislation's total cost over the next 10 years. So this is very important, as we mentioned, because if it's going to be saying that it's going to impact the economy negatively and add to debt and inflation, that means there will not be more provisions likely that are going to be able to continue to go out. But if it's going to be helping combat those things, the debt and the inflation, and it is paid for, then they're going to say go ahead and provide more stimulus to help out. So this is going to be determining a lot of where we go forward from here regarding stimulus. Now, according to the report, the White House is predicting that the estimate is likely to find that the cost of the overall package will not be fully paid for in new tax revenue over the coming decades. Now, President Biden and members of his administration have long touted that the bill will cost $0, saying increased corporate taxes, the closing of the tax loopholes of the wealthy Americans, and other reforms will create enough to offset it. Now, since last week, the CBO has released initial estimates on 8 parts of the bill, and I reported to you on the first 4 that came out that said it looked pretty good, like it was actually going to be paid for. Now, so far, the agency has found that one of those 8 sections, if included in the final legislation, would increase the federal budget deficit by more than $150 billion. A score on the complete legislation is expected by Friday. But listen to this. According to the Times, senior administration officials are preemptively claiming that the CBO is being overly conservative in its estimates by failing to take the proper account of the money that would be raised by the enhanced IRS enforcement. So you guys, let me know your thoughts, as they're already bracing Congress for the fact that the CBO scores are going to come up and say that it is not paid for, but they're saying disregard it because it's not taking into account all of the pay-fors that are actually there. Now, Friday is going to be the release of the final reports. I'll be sure to share with you guys here on the channel, and we're going to see what it says and how Congress is going to be responding to this. Now, maybe they're going to determine that it's not fully paid for, but it's just going to be adding to the debt and inflation just a little bit more. Now, maybe they'll be able to get on board and pass it through. Maybe they'll reduce the overall price tag of the package. We will see, and I will keep you up to date here on the channel. But you guys, that is the latest on the stimulus package, the negotiations taking place, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is the Biden administration and the White House not telling the truth? Is there misinformation? Are they correct? Is the CBO off? Let me know your thoughts, you guys. But we're going to be finding out a whole lot more this week. And like I said, I'll keep you up to date. And also, if you missed my previous videos, you might want to check them out, as we're hearing that states, they're releasing their own stimulus packages and stimulus checks that could be going out to people and helping them out at this time. Now, we've heard of $285 checks in one state, $2,000 checks going out in another stimulus package that was just passed in the state of Texas. And we're hearing that there might be a whole lot more checks going out there as well. And we're hearing that out of the $350 billion that was allocated to states, the vast majority of it hasn't even been touched. So we're likely going to be hearing a whole lot more on state stimulus packages coming out and I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash the like button. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to stay up to date. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.